The soft hum of overhead fluorescent lights fills the air of a small, crowded supermarket. Shoppers weave through the aisles, placing items in their baskets, while cashiers hurriedly scan groceries. At the front of one checkout line, Margaret, a frail elderly woman with silver hair tucked neatly beneath a knitted hat, stands carefully counting coins in her trembling hands. She sets them down, one by one, onto the counter. Brad, a young cashier with a bored expression, leans on the register, tapping his fingers impatiently. Brad, scoffing, "Are you serious? You're paying with coins." Margaret offers a kind but nervous smile. Margaret, softly, "I'm afraid this is all I have, dear." Brad lets out an exaggerated sigh, rolling his eyes. A few people in line shift uncomfortably. Some watch, others look at their phones, avoiding the moment entirely. Brad, mocking, "Lady, you're holding up the whole line. Don't you have a credit card or something?" Margaret's hands shake as she tries to count faster. The weight of embarrassment settles on her like a heavy coat. Behind her, a man quietly watches, Keanu Reeves. Wearing a simple black jacket and jeans, he stands patiently, his sharp eyes locked on the scene unfolding before him. His expression remains unreadable, but something in his posture shifts. He does not like what he is seeing. Margaret fumbles with the last few coins in her palm, her face flushed with embarrassment. Margaret whispering, "If it's too much, I can put something back." She reaches for the loaf of bread, willing to sacrifice it to make the total less. Brad chuckles dryly, shaking his head. Brad, loudly, "Maybe you should. Or better yet, maybe next time don't come shopping if you can't afford it." A few customers glance up, but no one speaks. Some smirk, others look away. The air in the store turns cold with awkward silence. Margaret lowers her head, blinking back tears. And then, Keanu Reeves steps forward. Keanu Reeves, calm, but firm, "I'll cover it." Brad's smug expression falters as the store grows silent. Customers begin to recognize the man standing behind Margaret. The young cashier swallows hard, his confidence suddenly wavering. Brad, nervous chuckle, "Sir, you really don't have to." Keanu ignores him, stepping beside Margaret. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out his wallet. Keanu Reeves, softly, but with conviction, "No one should be made to feel small for how they pay for their food." Margaret looks up at him, eyes brimming with gratitude. Margaret hesitates, unsure how to respond. Her lip trembles as she looks at Keanu. Margaret, teary-eyed, I don't know what to say." Keanu offers a warm smile. Keanu Reeves, "Nothing to say. Just enjoy your meal." Brad, now visibly uncomfortable, fidgets behind the register. His hands hover over the scanner, unsure of what to do next. Keanu sets a crisp bill on the counter. Keanu Reeves, calmly, "This should cover it. Keep the change." The store remains eerily quiet. Customers exchange glances, now realizing the cruelty they had just witnessed. Margaret clutches the grocery bag to her chest, her hands still shaking, but this time, not from shame. From relief. Brad, red-faced, finally stammers. Brad, awkwardly, "Thank you, sir. That's very kind of you." Keanu tilts his head slightly, eyes narrowing. Keanu Reeves, quietly, but firm, "Kindness costs nothing. Maybe try it sometime." Brad looks down, unable to meet Keanu's gaze. Brad swallows hard and hurriedly bags Margaret's groceries, his previous smugness gone. The weight of Keanu's words lingers in the air. The elderly woman clutches her bag and looks up at her unexpected savior. "Margaret, you have a good heart, young man." Keanu simply smiles. Keanu Reeves, softly, "Take care, ma'am." Brad's hands tremble slightly as he moves to ring up Keanu's groceries. Keanu leans in slightly. Keanu Reeves, low, but meaningful, "You never know what someone's going through." A little respect goes a long way. Brad nods quickly, avoiding eye contact. The customers in line, who had done nothing, now look at Keanu with newfound admiration. A middle-aged man behind Keanu clears his throat. Customer, grinning, "That was cool, man." Keanu shrugs. Keanu Reeves, "It was just the right thing to do." Keanu takes his groceries and walks toward the exit, his steps steady, unbothered. Margaret, still holding her bag tightly, watches him leave with glistening eyes. Brad, still behind the register, exhales sharply. He looks around, realizing that people are still watching him. His face burns with embarrassment, but there's something else, shame. The customer behind Keanu steps forward, placing his items on the counter. Customer playfully to Brad, maybe next time, you'll treat people a little better, huh? Brad nods, unable to form words. As Keanu steps outside, the cool night air greets him. He doesn't look back. For him, it wasn't about being a hero. It was just about being human.